Jack never expected that. He merely glanced at the maid's chest, and the princess guessed he liked her. So the princess decided to give the maid to Jack.
優しくしていただけますか?
Not long ago, Jack was summoned by the princess, and arrived in the capital. At first, the princess was curious about how Jack arrived so quickly, until she saw Jack summon an off-road vehicle. Then, the princess eagerly got into the car to experience it. This experience left the princess very satisfied, so she decided to grant Jack one wish. However, Jack only wanted to camp near the castle. The princess quickly agreed to Jack's request. What happened next shocked everyone. Jack conjured a house out of thin air. Even more astonishing, after visiting Jack's house, the princess decided she wanted to live there as well. No matter how her attendants tried to persuade her, she was determined not to change her mind. Helpless, Jack had no choice but to agree. The next day, Jack summoned an excavator. Since the excavator had only one seat, the princess had no choice but to sit on Jack's lap to experience it. When the guards saw this, they immediately drew their swords and attacked Jack. Luckily, Jack quickly summoned a riot shield to block the attack. Lucy, seeing this, was furious, and immediately used magic to retaliate, but the opposing mage successfully countered it. The princess stepped in to stop the guards. She hadn't expected Lucy to use magic at such a young age, and she became curious about what else Lucy could do. Upon learning that Lucy also knew explosive magic, the princess told the two guards, had Lucy used explosive magic earlier, you would have been reduced to ashes by now. Soon, it was time for dinner, and the princess praised Jack's cooking. She asked Jack for the spice recipe. Jack handed the princess a jar of curry, wondering if her chef could replicate it. After the meal, the princess became interested in the utensils Jack used. Jack, after discussing it with his wife, set the price at 20 gold coins each. To his surprise, the princess bought them all. Then, the princess called a maid over, and handed her the jar of curry. At that moment, Jack's gaze was drawn to the maid's chest. Seeing Jack take an interest in the maid, the princess immediately decided to give the maid to him. However, Lucy suddenly appeared and interrupted their conversation, so the matter had to be put on hold for now. A few days later, the princess found Jack again. Because it was said that the palace was haunted, the maids were very scared, and hoped Jack could help with the exorcism. Reluctantly, Jack agreed. Under the bestiared maid's instructions, Jack sprayed holy water all over the palace. As soon as Jack finished, the pressure that the maids had felt immediately vanished. Finally, Jack was led to the queen's bedroom, because the queen had been troubled by nightmares recently. Seeing a lynx staring at a vase, Jack didn't hesitate and sprayed holy water on the vase. However, the lynx still kept its gaze fixed on the vase, seeming unaffected by the holy water. So, it was left to the princess to handle. As a reward for the exorcism, the princess promised Jack access to the royal palace's magic books. Unexpectedly, Jack summoned an electronic device, and copied all the books. That evening, the princess took Jack to her room. As soon as the door opened, Jack saw the maid from earlier. The princess directly pointed out that Jack liked her. Seeing Jack not deny it, the princess agreed that he could do whatever he wanted with the maid. Jack then asked the maid for her opinion. When the maid didn't refuse, Jack walked toward her.